this morning you said, I don't speak Indian.
What? And just to give an understanding of how people of faith truly are in this country, they are not hate mongers, as the Liberals seem to be suggesting. There is a temple on Redan Street in St. Thomas. It is a Hindu temple. I apologize. My knowledge of Indian languages is not particularly great, but it's called the Sri Hari Har Mandir. And it is a Hindu temple that is used by Sikhs because there is no Sikh Gurdwara in St. Thomas. So Sikhs and Hindus work together and share this space. In the time that we've been debating this, since 8:30 this morning, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Clerk or Mr. Chair, but not one single Liberal has added themselves to the speaking list, has intervened to make any substantive arguments.
That is incorrect, I can tell you that.
Who has made a substantive intervention? Oh, there are some on there now?
You said added their name to the speaker list.
Okay, yes. Good. Sorry, I apologize. Not one single Liberal member has intervened on a substantive point about this. And I take from that discussing the fundamental freedoms engaged by Bill C-9 is not a topic of interest.
Point of order.
Yes, Ms. Dillon.
I bet
The
it won't
member
be.
cannot make assumptions about what people are thinking or not thinking. He cannot dictate to how somebody can speak, cannot speak,
That's not a
what
point
they
of
have
order.
to say, how they should say it. No, that's what they're doing. It's been hours we've been listening to it. They said it this morning as well. Liberals have not been speaking up, and you guys are really, anyway, through the chair, they are really embarrassing themselves. I'll give an example of that kind of embarrassment. This morning, no, it's a point of order. Actually,
it's not a point of order.
There's a point of order there. I'm going to get to my point of order right now. I'm going to get to my point of order right now. This morning,
Mr. Chair, you told people to state their point of order first.
Yeah. And she's not
Three ways
It's
in,
a
and
point
you
of
started interrupting.
edification. It is a point of order.
Hold on. Here we go again.
I'm about to edify you.
She has the floor. I've asked her to state her point of order.
You don't need threats
I didn't hear what
from a
she said.
Liberal member.
I didn't hear what she said.
Come on.
Okay.
You're better than that, Andrew.
State your point of order, please, and we can move on.
My point of order is we don't have to say anything at all.
Correct.
That's
not a point of order.
Conservatives are embarrassing themselves
Mr.
as
Speaker,
it is.
this is an argument.
And this
Ms.
morning,
Dillon, thank
Mr.
you.
Lawton said he doesn't, here's my point of order.
Okay.
I'd like to clarify that you said this
A
morning,
clarification is not a point of order.
this morning you said, I don't speak Indian.
What?
This is during your debate in the morning, the statement you made, you said, I don't speak Indian. We have a mandir, Sikhs go there, Hindus go
Yes.
there. Indian is not a language.
I
so,
actually
yes,
did not
you
say.
did. You
Okay, you
actually
have the
did say
transcript.
that.
I'm going to stop this right now. Ms. Dillon, I think you've made your point, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Mr.
There's
Lawton, you still have
120
the floor.
different dialects in India.
In terms of people not speaking up,
Languages.
I was always taught that listening is a far better use of your time than talking sometimes. But
Sure.
your point is understood. So please carry on.
Mr. Chair, I have not reviewed the blues, and I don't know if the member is going from memory or notes or the blues. And I would welcome anyone here to please send it to me, because what I said in the comment she's referring to, which interestingly enough was actually speaking about an incredibly successful institution in my riding in which Sikhs and Hindus worship in the same building despite being of different faiths. And I was apologizing because I do not speak any Indian language, as in a language spoken by... What I was saying, Chair, is that because I do not speak any of the many languages spoken by Indian people,
Okay, Ms. Dillon.
including
in fairness,
Malayalam
you've made
and
your
including Punjabi and including Hindi, that I did not want to offend anyone by mispronouncing this incredible Hindu temple in my riding that I have had the great privilege of attending and visiting and speaking to the people who go there.
Okay, I think we've addressed this point. If anybody wants to pursue it further, they're free to go back and look at the blues, but perhaps you can just carry on, Mr. Lawton.
So,
thank you.
But this is precisely why I do not support legislation in which the Liberals get to police language. Because we've seen the tremendous misrepresentation of language and the misrepresentation of intent and the projection that comes from people who do not have respect for differing beliefs and opinions and views. And it's actually quite shameful that this debate has to exist and that the point I made before I was interrupted on a false point of order was that we do need to wonder why there has not been a desire for Liberals who supported this very dangerous amendment to speak up and say, well, actually, I do believe in religious freedom. And actually, I do want to tell you that I will support this amendment because we do want to make sure that Bill C-9 is minimally impairing. Point of order.
Over to you. Mr. Lawton, yes.
Thank you, Chair. This is a very serious point of order, and I'm getting to it immediately. I was fully prepared to take to heart Ms. Dillon's comments earlier, and after our exchange, I went out and I listened to the audio this morning. And I'm going to read exactly what I said, not what I intended to say, the words that I said. There is a temple on Redan Street in St. Thomas. It is a Hindu temple. I apologize. My knowledge of Indian languages is not particularly great, but it's called the Sri Harihar Mandir. Ms. Dillon made an erroneous accusation, and there was an implication in that was incredibly offensive. If there is unanimous consent, I will play the audio into the microphone, but I'm hoping that she will just withdraw and apologize, and we can spare that.
I've just been told you're not allowed to have external sources on the microphone, so we can't do that.
Then I would invite her to review that herself. Know that I would be staking a lot of my reputation on if I were misrepresenting that right now, but I would ask you to apologize and withdraw.
I heard it in the singular, sitting in this room.
That doesn't make it right.
The singular, you said, you accused me of saying I don't speak Indian. You didn't even acknowledge that I used the word language, let alone languages.
You didn't say, you said Indian.
I said my knowledge of Indian languages is not particularly great.
I heard you say language.
Can I perhaps try to find a solution here?
Perhaps we suspend for 15 seconds so she can listen to it and then apologize, Chair.
Well, no, just hear me out. Hear me out first. Sometimes people hear things or think they hear things. Sometimes, there's a misunderstanding. Okay, you know what? Let's. I've got the floor, Mr. Barber, so I would appreciate you respecting that. I don't think anybody in this committee, regardless of the temperature that's risen over the last few days here, has intended to accuse anybody of anything like that. I'm assuming all right, you know what, Mr. I was
getting it ready for the suspension.
Okay, that was a little cute, maybe, but okay. I'm hoping we can chalk this up to a misunderstanding, because I will agree with you, Mr. Lawton. At the end of the day, our reputations are our most important asset. So if Ms. Dillon thinks she heard it that way, I suspect that's the reason she said what she said earlier. If the record reflects differently, I think we can find a compromise and just move past this. That's what I'm hoping, without getting into a big kerfuffle about it. But I'm prepared to suspend for a moment.
Thank you.
Ms. Dillon.
Yes, so I'd like to withdraw my comment upon further clarification. At the time, I had heard Indian language, but I withdraw my comment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Lawton.
Point of order.
And hope we can continue with C9 clause by clause. Thank you.
You.